Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Wednesday. It's after midnight, and we're on April the 24th. Last week I did three videos, my first three videos, and this is going to be an update to my last video. So obviously, nothing happened over the weekend, and I had actually was very extremely anxious and kind of anticipating perhaps something would happen on the Easter weekend. But I just wanted to give you an update, and I'm still very alarmed. I'm still on very high alert for the month of April, and I want to update you all on a couple of things. Please go back and look at my other review. I just want to point out a few things that I missed in the previous reviews that I think are important, as well as a couple of additional updates. So number one, I'm not sure that I had previously showed you the 666 barcode here on the pet goat at the beginning. Also, let me just point out right here, again, I apologize that, I'm just not, I wish this could be a little better, but this is the easiest and quickest way for me to do it and get it to you. But back here in the background, you see what I believe to be the Twin Towers burning right there. Let me continue on with the video. I'm just going to try to really kind of forge ahead, because most of what I do want to show you is toward the end. Now, one thing I just want to reiterate, I want to draw this attention to this checkerboard here. This checkerboard continues to be a pattern. This continues to be a theme in our Nipsey Hussle. What I believe is some type of a major psyop that is going on. We don't have, but right now, let me just draw your attention to this checkerboard, and that is a continuous theme. We're going now into getting close to 4 weeks since Mr. Hussle passed away. And things continue to get very, very strange. Now I'm going to freeze here for a second. Now, at risk of risking some credibility, I want to point out a couple of things here. It's a long story, but the death of Prince is a significant factor, actually, from a biblical standpoint, and from my own personal research. And one reason that I'm very alarmed for the month of April is because he had a song that says, "Sometimes it snows in April." And as you can see throughout this pet goat, we have a continuous snow. Now, it was about 85 degrees for the last couple of days, not a cloud in the sky, extremely gorgeous. But I still will caution you to be very highly alert for any indication of snow. These storms will be man-made. There will be great catastrophe. Great catastrophe is lying ahead. But I do want to show you a couple of things on this scene. I might have even pointed this out previously, but here is our bunny rabbit. This is, the bunny rabbit, the rabbit hole, that, there's so many different concepts. If you just remember back, this may represent Alice in Wonderland. And here's where I may risk losing some credibility, but I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there to you all. I wonder if this actually does not represent Donald Trump. We have the blonde hair. We have the blue eyes. I've got other reasons for thinking that this character could possibly represent Donald Trump, but, wanted to draw that to your attention. Also, it's not visible on this frame for some reason, but right here we've got an exit door, and there is an exit sign up here, and people have counted this as January, February, March, April, kind of indicating April, and they've got some reasons that they believe these were specific months, that these represent months. It is 12, could be the disciples, but again, I've saw one breakdown in the past where they thought these were months, this being April right here by the door. Again, so April, just a very alarming, highly alarming month. Okay, I'm going to go to the next scene, and I'm going to freeze it again in a moment, because I would like to, I continue to do my research and continue to look into different things. And This next scene that's coming up. Now, some people say this is 007. Kind of, this coin here is a queen coin. I'll remind you about that in a little bit about when we get to another point of information. Now, I'm going to freeze it right here. Okay, because here, I mentioned this in a previous take, but, you know, some people do believe they see Donald in here, but I'm freezing it now because I discovered something recently the other day related to Psalm 23, and let me quickly go to that and show you some pictures right quick. I'll explain what these pictures are in a second. Okay, so I went to this website. I was kind of trying to look at some very satanic days, and I want to draw this to your attention because, again, Prince died on the 21st, which was Easter. You know, it's a big Ishtar. You know, there's so much demonic energy in the air right now, and I was really surprised nothing happened on Easter. But then I did discover by researching these occultic days and these satanic days, I found this date here coming up, which is April the 26th, and this is the grand climax. And this is on a Friday, which is it's a powerful day for evil. Some other conspiracy channels over the last few years or some other knowledge, there's some conspiracy information that, whatever event may take place on a Friday. But, I just want to point this down. This is a very big day. This is one of the biggest satanic days of the year. The grand climax coming up. This was a very strange website that I came on. The gentleman who runs this website by the name of Alistair Knott. But there was, it was interesting, and scary at the same time. But I also wanted to show you, let me back up a little bit, the motto. And I'd like for you to read that because I'd rather not even recite what that says. Okay, but that is the opposite of Psalm 23. I'm trying to get into, can't get a good, it's a little bit of a glare. Okay, there it is. Okay. They entice people to join this organization to be enticed not to be a sheep. So anyway, I thought that was very interesting. I wanted to bring that to your attention. So let me keep going with the video because there were a few other things that I did find out. And also, so it appears that we had last week, we had a lot of chronological things. Now, again, I believe that's a tsunami there in the background, potentially going to hit New York City, perhaps even California, perhaps both places. I'd spend a lot of my time being alarmed about New York, but I'm actually very alarmed for California as well. And some of the conspiracy channels out there have indicated that whatever it is, it'll take place in California first. Now let me stop here again because I did bring all of these things to your attention in my, I think it was the number 2 video, 2 of 3 last week. And so I am just about certain that this figure here is Nipsey Hussle. Now, as I pointed out, let me show you because I didn't show you this. So let me show you my pictures and kind of how I came to this conclusion here. Right quick. Okay, so as I mentioned previously. Okay, so here's a collage that I put together. Looking at this picture. And again, the glare. This was just some pictures of Nipsey. And then this scene down here is from the Marathon store and all the candles and things. And again, this wreath that Farrakhan had put out. Now you see that he had the camouflage as is being worn here. There is our moon, which is the wreath thanks to Farrakhan. And now the wings that Bin Laden, aka Nipsey, is wearing are one of the largest, to me, are one of the strongest evidence that this is in fact Nipsey Hussle. But it gets even more strange. I also mentioned previously that I was also able to connect the CIA connection. This is most likely a MK, just a controlled individual, a Luciferian, a part of the satanic agenda. But let me show you a few more pictures that are leading me to this. Now, here is the line in the eyebrow. As you can see, that is common on the figure. Now, that you can't see it that well on that shot, but that line in the eyebrow is a common. You also, Nipsey's mustache connects completely. And if you've been following this story at all, it's just too big. They're literally today, they are still in the parking lot. They're still putting up balloons. They're still, they're still keeping this going. Okay. Since I did have this picture, you can't see it. Just want to show you that this is actually right quick. I'm way off subject, but it came up in these pictures here. Let me show it to you now. This is the actual written piece of paper from the Apostle Paul where he wrote the infamous 666 and what was interpreted as 666. But there's a theory coming out of Armageddon News, and that's her, this is from her page and from her video, where she's showing you that what the Apostle John, apology, not Paul, John, what John drew is very similar to the Islamic symbol that they wear on their headbands. So, that's significant playing into the big scheme of things. Now, again, the glare is terrible, and I'm going to have to apologize. Want to show you now, I had mentioned in the previous video that the Revelation prophecy of the pale horse was related to America being the third part of the world. And there is what the maps used to look like when the world was in three sections, which was Asia, Africa, and Europe. And America was discovered to be the fourth part of the world. So that prophecy of Revelation 6 and 8 in the pale horse, it deals specifically with America. So wanted to bring that to your attention. Also, and again, I apologize, I took this clip. Now, you may not be able to make that out. That says reincarnated, okay, on that blimp back there. So, with all the hype of Nipsey and referring him to Jesus, and again, I don't know what this psyop is that's being carried out exactly, but it's completely demonic. The Antichrist is rising, ladies and gentlemen, as the pet goat indicates, and I believe this is a very significant part of it that we are witnessing. Also, Snoop Dogg, I've been keeping an eye on him, just the way that everything's playing out. And, he's been in the industry so long, and he is definitely keeping me on high alert with the things that he is doing. Now, here's the Revelation scripture. And now here, let me show you this. And this is very similar. Oh, goodness. If I could get the glare. Oh my God, it's terrible. Hopefully you've already almost all have seen this picture. I'm trying to, okay, there it is. I'm sorry. So this picture is actually very similar to a Babylonian image. And also let me show you here what Nimrod looks like. So we just had Easter, which was really the celebration of Ishtar and Isis, or whatever you want to call her, the goddess of fertility, the mother and lover of Nimrod. Okay, and I heard, it was rumored, it was on a video. I'm not even sure I could find that video again, but I was told, and you could probably Google this and see if it's true, that during the Iraq wars, that George Bush had sent a group on a mission to get the DNA. It was either of Nimrod or Gilgamesh. And I believe it was Nimrod. And I just heard this yesterday and saw the video or some, alleged footage of that. And apparently they were successful. Now, another gentleman was discussing this, and he was saying that they were getting that DNA to bring Nimrod back to life, or he'll reign or as the Antichrist potentially. But in the big scheme of just wondering if they are planning some type of a resurrection, will people be fooled? I've been hearing recently the internet is flooded with information about Tupac still being alive. It looks like that is really going to end up being true. So it is just so weird, and I'm not through telling you all weird things yet, so just hold on. I got a few more things to share with you. Also, in the process of making the CIA connection, and I apologize, I can't get my pictures, but he's under Time Warner. Time Warner is the media connections to the CIA connections to these mainstream media news outlets has already been established. Now here's Snoop Dogg. This was a lovely picture that he posted on Easter. No, I'm sorry, on Saturday. He posted this in the morning, which if you observe that as a dragon. He also posted. Now this, I'm just FYI. Let me go back one screen here. And this is kind of irrelevant, but ladies and gentlemen, we are living in a super strange world. That is Trayvon Martin's father. And as you can see, he is a part of the Masonic, the Masons. And I will show you on the next scene, similar to our Nipsey Hussle scene, we have no blood under the body of Trayvon Martin, who was supposedly shot and killed. So, this is a peculiar world. There's another image that Snoop put out on, it was either on Easter or I think it was actually on 420, which was Saturday. But again, bearing quite an image to our pet goat. Now, this, ladies and gentlemen, really had me very, very alarmed. So come to find out, as I was doing my research and I was looking into April 21st of different things that happened on that date, Rome was founded. And this actual event from the pet goat actually took place. What happened was that there was Chinese students, I think they were actually from Thailand, but it happened in China, and they were protesting, and the tanks actually ran them over. And that took place on April the 21st of 1989. There it is, Tiananmen Square. Oh, I can't believe this is, okay. Tiananmen Square, April 21st, 1989. That is the scene from the pet goat of that tank scene. Now, this came up on my timeline, and this was actually, my sister sent this to me. This went around on Facebook. And, okay, let's see. I went to Facebook. I was trying. Okay, there it is. So let me just go here with you all right quick, because I want y'all to see. Now, this is there's what I'm looking for. Okay, so I don't have to look at it. Now, here's the video. Now, from what I can tell, it doesn't look like this lady, Tierra Anja. It looks like she posted this video, but it was kind of strange how you couldn't see the name of the person. And as you can see, she posted this video on April 17th, which was last Wednesday. It's gone viral now with...
Billy so motherfucking mad, baby, that he done slumped over. He don't even want to look.
Let's see. 1.8 million. This has 1.8 million views. But let me take you all to the very end of it. And look what it says right there at the end of a interesting pet goat video that's gone around on the internet. Now, I went ahead. If you may not make that out. That says Tsunami, and it says Lil 2Z. And I Googled that, tsunami Lil 2Z. And let me Google it for y'all too right quick. Because it actually, Lil 2Z, right? 2Z tsunami. Tsunami. Okay. So, and it actually came up to be a video. And this video was also posted, as you can see, 4 days ago. I don't see, well, okay, there's some lyrics on the 7th. But, you know, I couldn't find the video being posted earlier than the pet goat. But the lyrics are on here. And, you know, I didn't do a whole lot of searching to confirm that. So we'll say there is a video, but it looks like it got posted around the same time. And it actually does not have a lot of views. When I viewed the video last night, it only had about 500 views. So, you know, very strange indeed. And ladies and gentlemen, I would not think this is random. I don't think it's a coincidence for a pet goat to end up on Facebook and go viral with a 1.8 million views. But let me show you a couple more things quickly here in the video that I think I forgot to show you. It looks like this ice breaking scene also happened this week. The shooting stars, they seem to be happening. So that's the scene right there that actually took place. Oh, let me show you one other thing here in this scene. Now you see the creature, let me rewind that just a little bit. The creature's wearing the diamond ring, which is associated with April. You see that ring there? And also the daisy in the hair, that is also associated with April. Now, one person had associated him with the Day of the Dead, which they said ran in October, runs October to November 2nd. So, you know, just wanted to point that out to you also. Okay, now we have to go here. Now, here's Beyonce. I pointed this out last time, last week. Let me go back to her to see that was very quick. Okay, let's freeze. Now, I called Beyonce in this part about several years ago when she initially did the dance on the balcony. Since I did the video, or actually, she did the homecoming. She did the homecoming, which came out, which, you know, she's never been to college. And of course I would ask, well, who is coming home? Homecoming for who? But, you know, and because she did that kind of in a chronological, it seems kind of to me like there is a possibility that there is some chronological order to this pet goat. But, you know, I believe this is Beyonce here. And even, with that coin, the queen bee, even the queen bee is actually another name of Satan. So, you know, Beyonce is in it. She's in the pet goat. There she is. You know, a lot, you know, the masses are just very deceived. There's so much tremendous deception going on. And also, yeah, I had one more picture in my email related to that as well. I'll come back to that, which is her homecoming. And as you can see, you can't see again okay, here is Beyonce, and here is a Babylonian image, and you see she's got her leg in that same image. This is Ishtar here. Okay, and as you can see, she took the same pose during the homecoming. We have all the yellow. That's very significant as well. And then just wanted to point this out. I clipped this yesterday, but as you can see, the predicted weather for Friday in New York is 66. So, you know, ladies and gentlemen, I am on extremely high alert with this coming week. We have got to get out of April for me to relax. You see Snoop had that on his shirt. He also did a song and poured out a libation to California. I think California is in grave danger, but again, no one can really predict for sure. But, I have my reasons, mainly right now being very alarmed for April, with all these things having taken place in April, and also with Prince having sang the song, Sometimes It Snows in April. We see that, again, snow is a consistent image throughout this video. And so I would highly encourage you, ladies and gentlemen, if there is any indication of potential snow. I've already heard about some really bad tornadoes and things going to be here in Georgia again, or be moving through Georgia, starting in the morning. So, that's the kind of thing they need. Like, they need some really crazy type of weather to do a fake, a fake geostorm, man-made, psychopathic storm that will potentially bring about tsunamis and all types of major catastrophes. Also, I said this last week, Ben, and I thought this sun indicated the Easter sunrise, but it may actually indicate the red sun, which I have heard. I'm not going to say it's necessarily true, but it could be. I heard it. It's kind of very believable. There's a lot of picture evidence that we do have a second sun, and that second sun, which dwarfs our sun, and the Earth is flat, by the way, which is what this could be. This could very well be the new sun. If it doesn't represent the Easter sunrise that just passed, this could represent that new sun, in our atmosphere, that's here now, and there is a good bit of recorded imagery related to that. So, I hope that, we need to be safe. We need to trust God with all our hearts, all our minds, and all our soul. Terrible things are in the Bible that will befall this earth. It looks like, unfortunately, America is the recipient of Revelation 6 and 8. And it also looks very much like Nipsey could be the pale horse of Revelation, of which his real name means. And this thing continues to go on and on with this Nipsey Hussle situation. So you all take care. Thanks so much for watching. And please subscribe for future videos. Thank you.